Peace, Black family. So let's get into this video by Jasmine Crockett as she talks about the conviction of Donald Trump. And then later on, I will talk about the 4 Ps of racism, white supremacy, and how they function.
It's more racism. Because essentially what you're saying is that Black people, we know y'all know all about going to jail. To be clear, this guy has 34 felonies. I've never been arrested for a traffic ticket. I do want to be clear that there are Black folk that haven't actually experienced jail. I have been in jail, obviously, as a former criminal defense attorney. But I do want to be clear that, as Kendrick Lamar says, they are not like us. He is not like us. So for my clients, I've never had one that had this many charges pending against them. But I've never had anybody come close to him and somehow still be walking free pre-trial. That's not how we get treated when we end up getting locked up.
So first and foremost, let me say that my chart right here is a continuation of the work of Neely Fuller Jr. and Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Neely Fuller Jr. and Dr. Frances Cress Welsing create this chart right here, the 9 areas of human activity that we all participate in daily. My chart, understanding the 4 Ps of racism and white supremacy, is just a continuation of that. With that being said, let's get into the 4 Ps of racism and white supremacy. So in the middle bubble, it says, in the social system of racism and white supremacy, the 4 Ps are never distributed equally. The first P is power. Europeans never share power with African people. Doesn't matter if they're starting a record label with you or a restaurant with you. Their ultimate agenda is to take over full ownership and power over your land, resources, culture, etc. Europeans don't share power. Next one is privilege, and it says can be defined as a special right, advantage, or being given the benefit of the doubt to a particular person or a group. We already know as African people, we are not given the benefit of the doubt. We are judged as a group and not as individuals like they are. And the next one is prestige. That's self-explanatory. And the last one is punishment. It doesn't matter if you on your job. It doesn't matter if we were talking about the plantations. It doesn't matter if Donald Trump got convicted for the same thing a Black person got convicted for. It doesn't matter if you talk about crack cocaine or coke. We are not ever punished the same. They always have a harsher hand when punishing African people. In conclusion, if you understand the 4 Ps, you can understand how this man was convicted of 36 felonies, but then was able to raise $60 million. Then within that same judicial system, you have a Black man serving a life sentence for stealing hedge clippers. Say it with me. In the system of racism and white supremacy, the 4 Ps are never distributed equally.